her arms under her chest to hoist it a little higher. That was kind of me, Deirdre thought, with a dreamy rub of the eyes. Almost like she can read my mind.
Maybe I can,
the ghost twin whispered inside her head. What am I thinking, then? She thought back, as she chuckled at the sight of her own self, grinning in the half-light. It was too absurd a dream to take seriously, so she may as well enjoy it while it lasted, until the morning light brought her back to consciousness.
You're wondering when you'll wake up?
I suppose so, Deirdre acknowledged, warming to the strange experience. Now she knew she was safe. Now what am I thinking?
You're wondering when this will all be over.
She frowned. That hadn't been what she'd been thinking at all. In fact, she'd been wondering what to make for breakfast, and whether there were any eggs left in the fridge or not.
Do you want to know the answer?
What? Whether there are any eggs? Deirdre thought back.
No. When you'll wake up?
Deirdre glanced at the alarm clock. 5:30 a.m. It'd be at least another 2 hours before she got out of bed, providing Errol didn't get up to go to the toilet. These days you could guarantee he'd rise at least once before 8 to urinate noisily in the bathroom next door. She thought these thoughts as clearly as she could, then waited for her other self's response. To her surprise, other Deirdre began to snigger. Why are you laughing at me? Deirdre thought. A vague tinge of panic crept over her, though she wasn't sure why. After all, it wasn't real. Or is it? She wondered, feeling the first cold fingers of doubt take a grip deep within her stomach. The strange creature laughed harder until it started to shake. To Deirdre's alarm, the shaking didn't stop, but became more urgent, until her ghost twin was quivering uncontrollably in the shadows like a wet dog. It was a curious movement, rather unnatural, especially when it failed to stop. Deirdre stared.
Are you all right?
She whispered aloud, quite forgetting she was dreaming. The thing continued to convulse. In fact, the movements were speeding up, until it was vibrating as fiercely as a pneumatic drill. Deirdre felt the bed shudder with the force of it, and blinked in astonishment. This may well be a dream, she thought, feeling sweat prickle her forehead, but it feels very real.
Errol,
she whispered again, and hastily patted his side of the bed.
Errol, can you wake me up? I'm having a bad dream. It's no dream, Deirdre.
The voice rattling in her head didn't sound like her own voice anymore. It was colder, grainier, and reminded her of a rusted engine, hoarse and hostile. Her heart began to thump against her ribs. Stop shaking like that, she thought, fear suddenly choking her. The sight was unbearable. The blur in front of her was out of control, like a boiler about to explode. I don't like this anymore. Please, someone wake me up.
No.
Errol, help me! Deirdre tried to shake him awake, but her fingers were useless sticks, poking him as ineffectually as twigs in a breeze.
No help for you, Deirdre.
What are you? Deirdre gasped. Her words faded into the early morning darkness like dissolving mist. The thing, she could see quite clearly that it was a thing now, not a Deirdre at all, was changing. Changing horribly, shifting and warping into something unspeakable, something from her worst childhood nightmares. Her heart throbbed and pulsed, and she fumbled for her angina pills on her bedside table.
I wanted to go home.
What? I don't understand. Deirdre clutched at the lid of the medicine bottle, but her hands were shaking so much she dropped it on the floor.
She was meant to take me back. I'll have to fetch you instead.
Deirdre started to cry. She felt as though cement had been poured.